The Lexington Senior Center, rules of the road and Joyland Park. All this and more on this week's edition of Lexington Now. I'm Neil Noah, and this is Lexington Now for the week of July 15th, 2019. Lexington has become a destination for senior living, and the Senior Center is the hub for active citizens in their golden years. Christy Stambaugh takes us on a tour.
Welcome to the Lexington Senior Center. All Fayette County residents 60 years of age or older, or those who are married to or partnered with a resident of that age, are welcome to join. We are open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 p.m. When you enter the facility, our welcoming lobby and cafe, where you'll find free-flowing coffee and hot water for tea, greets you. In the lobby, you'll find our information board listing community resources, job openings, and other information. You'll also find a scrolling screen listing special announcements and the day's activities. Just beyond the lobby are our two 45-person classrooms, which can be joined to form a larger gathering space accommodating up to 125 people. These classrooms host a variety of courses, including language, history, computer skills, writing, and our Now You Know series featuring guest professionals who are focusing on topics of special interest to our population. Adjacent to the classroom is our spacious and well-appointed library, from which you can check out and bring back any book. Here you will find desktop computers, and you can also check out a laptop or tablet from the front desk for use during your visit. The library features an inviting fireplace and views onto our beautiful patio and herb gardens. Next to the patio are pickleball and shuffleboard courts, which are open to everyone, but reserved for participants during clinic times. As you come back inside, you'll encounter our multi-purpose room where hot lunches serve 5 days a week. You do need to register for the lunch program, and if able, make a $2 donation. The multi-purpose room also hosts our table tennis program and morning walking during inclement weather. We also hold seminars and conferences, and this is, of course, our party room. The building is designed with seniors in mind, with 3 staircases featuring shorter rise, deeper steps, and we do have a fully accessible elevator. As you come up the stairs of the elevator, you'll find more coffee stations and our 3 billiards tables. Beyond these is our travel table, where you can sign up for our various day trips, some longer bus trips, and our yearly big trip to places such as the Pacific Northwest. These trips are extra, but feature a variety of price points for any budget. Further down the hall is our fully equipped state-of-the-art fitness room. It's open Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 8 to 4, and Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 until 1. After 1 o'clock, we offer circuit training classes taught by a personal trainer. Across the hall is our group fitness room, where we have classes every 50 minutes on the half hour, running from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. There's a wide variety of standing and seated classes for almost any fitness level. Heading back down towards the stairs and the elevator is our game area with a selection of board games and cards. We have 2 art studios. Our messy studio is where we host pottery and clay craft classes with 9 potter's wheels and 2 kilns. Our other art room features sewing, needlecraft, and art using mixed media. Outside the art studios, you'll find one of our 3 wildly popular puzzle tables, and then our music studio. We have 9 electronic keyboards with headphones, drumming, and we host an improv group. Our recreation hub also has a smaller multi-purpose room that hosts a range of other classes and programs which don't necessarily fit into any of our other spaces. The Senior Center sits on a 22-acre park featuring an 0.8 of a mile walking trail with 3 adult fitness stations. During the warm weather months, you can check out an adult trike for use in the park. There's something for everyone at the Lexington Senior Center, and there are always opportunities to provide input and feedback with our comment cards so that we can serve you in the best way possible. We are located at 195 Life Lane in Lexington, and our phone number is 859-278-6072. We would love for you to join us at the Lexington Senior Center.
Drivers of all ages and experience levels can always benefit from a refresher on the ins and outs of navigating traffic. Here's another edition of Rules of the Road.
Hello, I'm Police Sergeant Randall Combs and welcome to Rules of the Road. We're going to discuss some very important topics that we hope will make you a better and more aware driver. We hope that you find the topics that we discuss to be both educational and informative. When you talk about motor safety, it all starts with seatbelts. Putting on a seatbelt is easily the simplest thing that you'll do as a driver, and one of the most important things you can do as a driver to keep you safe. If you're in a vehicle, it is the state law that everybody, including the driver and all passengers, be belted, or for children, be in a child safety seat. In Kentucky, failure to use a seatbelt is a primary offense, which means you can be stopped just for not wearing a seatbelt. And if an officer sees you without it on, then I would expect to be pulled over, especially here in Lexington. That's one of our main focuses on driver safety and passenger safety, is that we look for people who are not wearing their seatbelts on a routine basis. For a seatbelt, it's a $25 fine, which it's not meant to cause somebody significant financial hardship, but it's meant to be a reminder of the importance of wearing one, and we would hope that the $25 fine is not what motivates you, but rather the fact that it keeps you safe in a collision is your motivation behind putting it on. So you're responsible for all the passengers in your car. However, if you have a passenger in a car who's an adult, then they may be cited directly for failure to wear a seatbelt. So yes, that's if anybody under the age of 18, then the driver is responsible for them. Cars have come a long way from where they were back in the 50s and even 60s with the advancement of the safety equipment with these different seatbelt systems and airbag systems and driver sensing systems and all that. But still, the most basic system in your car would be your seatbelt, and probably still is the most effective in keeping you safe if you were to be involved in a collision. So with new cars, newer cars have what's called an advanced airbag system. And if your car senses that you have a seatbelt on, then it knows it doesn't have to blow the airbag with such force. And if you do not have a seatbelt on, then your car knows that, and it blows the airbag with full force, which can also cause injury. So yes, certainly those are designed to be worked in conjunction with one another. I'm Sergeant Randall Combs with Rules of the Road, reminding you to buckle up and be safe out there.
After the break, we take a look back at Joyland Park. Welcome back to Lexington Now. In its heyday, Joyland Park was the place to be for family entertainment. We take a look back in this week's Marking History.
One of Lexington's newest markers remembers Joyland Park, or Joyland Amusement Park as some called it. First opened in 1923 by the Sauer family, it was later purchased by a group headed by Garvis Kincaid. In 1946, the park suffered $100,000 worth of damage after a fire ravaged through many structures. Closed for several months, the park reopened once the damages were repaired. The park boasted many attractions, but the biggest draw was the wooden roller coaster dubbed the Wildcat. The park also had the first public pool in the area, a midway, and a dance casino that attracted such jazz and big band acts like Duke Ellington. The park was segregated, but was a popular destination for those near and far, especially children. Other rides included the kiddie coaster, a miniature train, and various other carnival rides over the park's lifetime. It also boasted games and eatery stands serving all manner of drinks, sweets, and foods. To this day, it's the only park of its kind ever in central Kentucky. After closing in 1964, another fire several months later in '65 sealed the park's fate, and it never reopened. Torn down, the Joyland neighborhood grew in and around the space once taken up by the park. In the early '80s, Joyland bowling lanes opened, and it became a new entertainment destination until its closing in 2016.
The annual Kentucky River Clean Sweep is rapidly approaching, and here's what you need to know if you want to help.
I'm Jennifer Myatt with Lexington's Division of Environmental Services, and you can probably see the Kentucky River behind me. And the reason why we're out here today is to encourage all of our citizens to come to the Kentucky River Clean Sweep on July 27th. July 27th is a Saturday, so it's a great day for cleaning up the river. We start at 8:30 and we recommend that people get here by 10 o'clock so that we can get you on a boat so that you can go out and clean up trash at the river. We recommend that all of our volunteers wear boots or shoes that can get wet, and make sure you bring your sunscreen and your bug repellent, and just be prepared to work hard and get a little bit of dirt on you because we will be out on the Kentucky River. With all the rain we've been having, it's extra important for us to clean up the river because lots of trash and dirt washes from our roadways, and it all comes to the Kentucky River, which is the source of our drinking water and also a place where people fish and boat and swim, and so it's very important to keep it clean for us, the people, and also for the wildlife and the plants that live there. We are under the I-75 bridge off of Old Richmond Road, and if you're using GPS or your phone to get here, you can use the address 9079 Old Richmond Road, and that will get you down to us, and you'll be able to see signs directing you to the parking area. We appreciate all of our volunteers who come out, and so we have some goodies for you. We'll have breakfast and lunch during River Sweep, and also a free t-shirt for all of our participants and a chance to win prizes from local businesses. If you have a boat or a canoe and you would like to bring it, we definitely encourage that, especially if you can have space for other volunteers on your boat. You can register for the Kentucky River Clean Sweep at riversweep2019.eventbrite.com, and you can also follow Live Green Lex on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for additional updates about the River Sweep and all of our other upcoming events.
We're heading into the dog days of summer, and it's a good reminder that the heat doesn't just affect us humans. Here's what to do to keep your pets safe on those sweltering days.
Feeling hot, hot, hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot.
As the temperature continues to rise, many people are doing more and more outside activities. And like a lot of us, we like to spend our outdoor time with our pet. But we as humans take all kinds of precautions. Hat, sunglasses, sunscreen, a bottle of water. We sometimes forget about our four-legged friends like Max here, who are wearing a fur coat 24/7. To get some tips on how to help your pet beat the heat, I stopped by the Shaybell Veterinary Hospital for some advice.
The time that we see the most heat strokes is now, and so you would think June, July, August, but when dogs aren't acclimated to the weather and the weather changes, that's when we start seeing heat strokes. So April, May, I typically see more than the hottest months, which is kind of surprising. And so make sure fresh water is available. Don't keep them out, if it's over 70 or 80, limited exposure. If you have a very active dog, kind of limit their activity in the heat of the day. Brachycephalic dogs, so dogs with squish nose, Bostons, pugs, boxers, they don't handle the heat well, and so I wouldn't take them to the dog park or running or any outdoor activity, and from 10 in the morning till 5 at night on hot days, because they just can't tolerate the heat. In the heat of the day, keeping them on the grass is better than the hot concrete. Some dogs shouldn't be walked in the heat of the day just because it burns their pads, and so definitely stay off the black asphalt. Sometimes concrete is not terribly as hot as black because it doesn't track the heat, but grass is going to be better for sure. The big thing to watch for is excessive panting is kind of a first sign, so if they can't get comfortable and they're trying to lay down and kicking their feet out and panting a whole lot, they're restless because they're getting overheated. A lot of times their gums will be really pink and injected, and more so than normal. Extreme cases, you'll start seeing vomiting, diarrhea. A lot of times they can have blood pass in their stool. End stages or convulsions can even cause death. And so if you start noticing that, you need to cool your dog off pretty fast and get them to the vet.
And if your pet's like Joey here, who likes to take long summer drives with his head out the window, you gotta make a plan to make sure your pet spends no time in an unattended hot car.
The hot weather becomes crucial time for animal welfare. What you want to make sure you always have handy is extra water for your dogs and cats. If you keep your dogs and cats outside, you want to definitely have an area constructed where they have adequate shade. And it's essential in this time of season not to leave your dogs or cats locked in hot vehicles. A lot of people just want to spend as much time with their beloved pets as possible, so they want to take them on errands with them, which we totally understand. But sometimes you do need to leave your pets at home or with trusted friends and family, because they can overheat really quickly in vehicles, and it is something that we do respond to. So we can potentially go out if your dog is in your car unattended. If you absolutely have to take your dog or cat with you in the car, make sure you have visible food and water present for them. It's not uncommon for us to do a temperature reading inside of a car and it to be above 100 degrees. So it can be extremely hot in there. That's why animals can get into stress a lot hotter, and especially a lot of small breeds that have more breathing issues can get hotter and into stress a lot quicker. So it is something we see very common. So it is important to just leave your pets at home if you can, but if not, always have that food and water available. Every call that we respond to is situational. We do respond to every single complaint that we get, anything animal related, but especially when it's animal welfare concerns. And it just depends on a lot of different factors, how much history we have with that particular person, what condition their animal is, how bad distress they're in. If it's something that can be fixed through education, we always want to do that. But if it's something that's beyond the point of education, then we do have every right on a cruelty case to issue a charge and seize the animal if we have to do that. But we prefer to work with the public and educate them to try to make sure that if it's a pet that they love, that they keep it home but in compliance. We rely 100% on the community to call us and tell us whenever they see an animal in distress, in danger, trapped, or possibly being abused. So please call us at 859-255-9033. That's where you'll get to our dispatcher, and we do have an animal control officer working 24/7. You can always visit our website for information, which is www.lfacc.org, or go on our Facebook page, but those are not for emergencies. If you have an emergency with an animal in distress, you should always call us.
The council is on summer recess and there are no other televised meetings on Lex TV this week. But when there are, you can catch them live on channel 185 or streaming on our website. That's all for this week. You can keep up with us on social media and check out the latest traffic updates on Twitter @LexRegs, or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For the staff and producers at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.